Right, so I'm trying my best here. It's Wednesday. I was pretty sick to the point I rang my GP yesterday, and they told me that I needed to needed to ring the chemo helpline, which I was reluctant to do because I'm so used to them sending me to A&E. So anyway, I phoned them and they brought me into their triage, and I'm now admitted to hospital. My blood count was ridiculously low, and my heart rate and everything was all over the place. So now I'm in hospital, and I will be for the next few days, at least. I feel a lot better than I did yesterday. Like, I couldn't even walk without like getting so out of breath that I was nearly passing out. But they moved me from the Macmillan ward over into my actual hospital room at about 6:30 last night, and then as soon as I got here I was put on the IV antibiotics, and they kept giving me them a good few different drips worth till after 12 last night. Then I woke up this morning, and well, I didn't actually wake up, but there was a really nice nurse come in, and he had threaded me up through my PICC line to more antibiotics at 5 in the morning, but I just went to sleep. He was really sneaky about it. Like, my eye opened and I noticed him there. Otherwise I probably would have slept through it. So I've been on those all day, and I can show you around my hotel room a wee bit, I suppose. I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna have to turn the camera because I have it facing me and it's not giving me an option to flip it around. But the room and everything is really nice. So over here is like the wee nurses station for all their stuff. That's blinds out into the lobby. I've just got them closed. TV's up there. This room's a mess, by the way, because I'm in it, obviously. That's my wee bed. And what's over here? So this is pretty much all the stuff that I've got. And then blinds and stuff. And then my wee bathroom, which looks pretty much like any other bathroom in the world. So yeah, I don't know how well you can even see that. I might cut that and try and film. See, I'm really out of breath and everything. I might cut that and film it separately, like a wee room tour and stuff. I'm gonna try to get a vlog up this week, but I'm having to do everything on my laptop because obviously I'll not be able to sit at my PC. I'm not at home, I'm in hospital. All the staff here are amazing. They're so good. They're all lovely and very helpful, and everybody's calling in and out staff wise a few times a day. Quite a few times a day. This ward that I'm in, it's all single rooms, but I think it's all basically people with compromised immune systems, so you can only have 2 people come to see you. That's not on a day, that's for good, so it's only those 2 people can visit you. So obviously it'll be Chris and my daughter, and it can only be for 1 hour every day. So I think they're going to come up later with fresh jammies and stuff for me. That's about it anyway. I knew that there was something wrong. Like, I wasn't being dramatic. Like, whenever I was saying, I honestly felt like I was dying. I could just, and it isn't being dramatic because there was nothing dramatic about the way that I felt. It was, I could just feel myself slowly fading away, slipping away. And I knew there was something not quite right, and there isn't. So I know that like my platelet count is ridiculously low. The consultant actually just came in. Oh God. The consultant came in. Perfect timing. Was watching Euphoria. It was all dicks. I'm like, oh my God, please, this man's gonna think that there's like something wrong with me. But yeah, so I've lost my train of thought again. Yeah, so they're keeping me in regardless for the next few days. He said that they have me down as, I can't remember the word, but something or other sepsis. So they think that there's infection there. But if it's something viral, he said it mightn't show up in any of the tests, but they definitely know that there's something wrong, so they're treating me for infection regardless. So that's about the height of it. But yeah, if this week's vlog is very short and stuff, it's just because I'm in hospital. There's not going to be a great deal to report other than what goes on, you know, minute, like sort of day to day, what the doctor's saying, how I'm getting on. But it's important to show you guys because I'm sure they said in the Macmillan unit whenever I went yesterday that it's quite common that this kind of thing happens. So I definitely feel an awful lot more at peace. I'm a person, because of the 3 months that I spent in hospital with my stomach, I hate the thought of ever being in hospital. I am so glad to be here this time because I know that I'm in the best place for me, and if anything happens, it'll be dealt with straight away. I just feel like if I hadn't have phoned and went into the unit yesterday, I feel in myself that I probably would have been dead by the end of the week. I knew there was just something wrong. Everything felt wrong. Nothing felt normal. It was not chemo side effects like I've ever had before, and with chemo side effects they tend to get easier as the days pass. Not this time. It was like the next day got harder and harder and harder, and it was just an uphill mountain to try and climb. So that's not normal. But hopefully I'll get it sorted anyway. But anyway, I'm gonna go now, and I'll hopefully get a wee vlog made tomorrow too. Doodles. So today I'm trying to keep it down a wee bit because obviously I'm in hospital, but today is Friday the 1st of April. Had a bit of a weird turn last night where my temperature shot like through the roof and then just went back down to nothing within about a 10-minute space of time. The doctors come around, they're not letting me out this weekend. My white blood count is still extremely low and my infection markers are still high, so I think, but they're going to change me on to, instead of having antibiotic drips, they're going to put me onto the pill form, which will be good because like the drips and stuff, because everything's going in through my PICC line, I have to be awake to let the nurses access it because you know where it's situated in the inside of my arm. So I'm not usually getting to sleep until about 2 because at 11, half 11 at night, I need to have 2 bottles of the IV antibiotic and then a flush in between them, so I can't really go to sleep until everything's done, and then I'm back awake at 5 in the morning to get another dose of IV antibiotics. So hopefully now that they've changed it over to pill form, it'll be a bit easier, because I mean if I only have to wake up to swallow a couple of pills, it'll be fine. I must say, like, the staff up here are amazing. They're all so nice, very helpful. Just, I don't know, for the amount of pressure that they're under and stuff, like, you wouldn't know it because they do give you their time and attention, which is lovely. So yeah, I'm in for the foreseeable. Hopefully get out next week, I'm hoping. But yeah, I definitely knew there was something wrong with me, that it wasn't just chemo. Like, I wasn't being dramatic, I know I've said this before, but I felt like I was dying, like fading away. And whenever, like, what are the words? like even the feeling that I was dying, it wasn't, you know, like, oh, I'm full of pains, aches everywhere and all the rest of it. It was just like this feeling that the life was being sucked out of me slowly. It wasn't a dramatic feeling, it was just like I felt terrible, and I just, if it wasn't for my GP telling me to get in contact with the chemo helpline and then me going up to triage, I don't know, like, I in my mind feel like I could possibly be dead now. So I'm really thankful I did that. Sorry by the way that this vlog is late. Everything I need on my editing software and everything like that is saved on my desktop computer, and I'm obviously not home. I do have my laptop, but there isn't enough space for the programs and stuff that I need on it at the minute, because I have downloaded a couple of games that my PC will be able to cope with, just to stop me from losing my mind, to give me something to do while I'm in here. Like the room and everything's great. I have a TV and all, but I'm a gamer, you know what I mean? So that's what I do to try and take my mind off things, and I can get like lost in a game for hours and hours. So yeah, that's today's wee update. I don't think I updated yesterday, but that's because Chris came up to visit and my daughter yesterday during the day, and then whenever they left I had dinner, then I went and got like showered and changed, and then I had it was just one thing after another. I had things to do the entire time from after they left, and I didn't realise that that it would be that way. I would have thought that I would have had time, but I didn't, unless I was sitting with like an IV in my arm. I didn't, like, I've had real trouble. If I hadn't have had I've been prescribed sleeping tablets, only short term and definitely while I'm in hospital, but I don't think if I had that last night I would have been able to get to sleep. I think I just hello. Sorry, part 2 to that. I didn't realise I had to go and get a chest x-ray. That's it was the porter coming for me, and he was lovely. So he took me around to get the chest x-ray and stuff. The reason I was having that is because all of a sudden they can't, like, blood isn't coming from a PICC line, and it won't flush either, so something's happened. So obviously I had to go and get like an x-ray to see what's going on with that. But yeah, that's why that wee clip ended very abruptly, because I wasn't expecting anybody to be here. But yeah, he was lovely. He was like good crack, talking away and everything, which is nice whenever you get sort of just anybody that wants to talk to you whenever you're in hospital. It is like very isolating. Like, obviously you can't stop to have conversations with nurses because they are run off their feet. So it's nice to get a wee chat in here and there where you can. But I'll leave it there anyway for today. And because I'm not able to upload on Sunday, I'm just going to continue vlogging every day until I get home, and keeping everybody up to date with everything. And then I'll put the video up. I'll get it edited whenever I'm home and then get it up. But I'll make sure that I give everybody lots of notice. But I don't know why I'm telling you this, because at this point this is past tense, because you are now watching it and this is now the past. But anyway, I will catch you all later. Really quick wee video here. I'm walking through the hospital, as you can see, to the canteen so that I can get a coffee. It's pretty early. I got my first proper night's sleep last night, which was great. They took me off the IV drips and are now trying me with the pill version. So it meant I didn't have to continually be woke up during the night for the drips. But yeah, they come around this morning early to take blood, so I'm just hoping and praying that my blood comes back normal-ish, or normal enough for them to let me out, because as long as the inflation, what am I talking about? I'm telling you, as long as the infection markers stay low, or even if they stay the same and they're not going up because I've changed meds, then I think I might get home. Fingers crossed. These are the gardens at the hospital that you see on the walk around to the canteen. It'd be nice if you could go out and sit out there, but I mean, if they put tables down, I'm sure the place would just be filled full of smokers, and it's nice to sort of keep it nice. But it's a nice view to look out on, very serene and peaceful. It's miserable here today, but just thought I would give you a wee nosy at what the gardens look like. So today is Thursday the 7th of April and I'm home. I haven't made an update, I think, since maybe Saturday or so, but I got home on Sunday night from hospital and I've just spent the rest of the time resting. I found out it wasn't hyponatremic. I don't know what I was talking about. I think I misheard them or misremembered or a combination of both. I was neutropenic and I also had sepsis. So basically, like, my white blood cells had tanked, so had my neutrophils. I don't even know what they do, but they were really low and my markers for infection were pretty high. On the, I think it was the Friday or the Saturday, my white blood cells and neutrophils had started to come up, but my infection markers were also on the way up as well. But on Sunday, after I had my bloods and stuff done, then the infection had started to come down and they gave me the option to come home or not. And I thought, you know, like, if that had been the case, then I would have stayed in hospital, because I was just scared of going home and then, you know, getting sick again and then having to go to A&E and sit amongst all the, like, the sort of the germs and stuff like that. But then I sort of thought to myself at the same time, it's like a case of, like, what happens then tomorrow if I stay in tonight? I'm still going to be frightened. I don't want the fear of going home and getting sick becoming like an actual phobia. So it was just, I just said, right, I'll go home then if you're going to allow me to. Which was the right decision, because I was fine. I went home. At that point I was off IV antibiotics and they'd swapped me onto the pill form. Everything that they were giving me was pill form other than the morphine they were giving me, Oromorph. So all of that kind of stuff I can do at home myself. You know, it's not like I have any problems in managing medication and stuff like that and when to take it and blah blah blah. As you guys already know, I've had like a long-term chronic stomach condition, so I've had to manage medicine and everything for like the past 7 years. So I'm fine with that. What else happened? Yeah, I started to get at the weekend, and I've made my doctor aware of it. I've been on the chemo helpline for it. My right arm, this arm, it is so painful. I have this pain radiating from like the crook of my elbow, like down my arm, like down my forearm, and then up into like the back of my arm and then into my back. Now, this part of my arm had been sore since my operation anyway, but it seems to be even sorer than it had been. And I don't know what it is. I can straighten my arm as long as I straighten it out the side. The minute that I try and bring it round to the front, it is so sore. It's tender even to touch my arm. But they just basically said it's not my pick line arm, by the way. That's this arm. It's that arm. I don't know, like, I don't know what could have caused it or what it is, but they don't seem like overly concerned about it. It's like they don't think it's a clot or anything like that, because like there isn't any signs on the outside that there's anything wrong. Like, it's not swollen, it's not hot. Man's not hot. It's not red or anything like that. There's no rash. It's just really, really sore. So basically they told me to double up on morphine and they would phone me back today and say how I am. I think it's starting to subside now, because like the last load of days I was taking cocodamol, and that wasn't even like that was doing nothing for it. So then I would have to take they've given me Oromorph. I was having to take Oromorph, and that was the only thing that was knocking it back again, like, you know, back enough to be comfortable. So, but today I haven't taken any of the Oromorph yet. I've just taken cocodamol, and it seems to be fine. So hopefully that is something that's like leaving me. But yes, look, incredible vanishing eyebrows. They just get like less and less. It's going to be a nightmare to try and draw these things on. I'll put in a picture now of how my eyebrows normally look. It's the day, well, it's actually a selfie that I took right before I had my surgery on Christmas Eve. But that was obviously before chemo and everything started. So I have eyelashes, I have eyebrows, I have it all going on. And now, look at it. Look at it. They're like so sparse. It's unreal. And like I have very like fluffy front of brows normally. Well, they're gone. I think if you count the hair that's there. But who cares? You know what I mean? It's fine. I'm off the antibiotics now. They're finished. I felt a bit ill one night, but then I'm totally fine now. But I know now to trust my body, because I knew after that last round of chemo that something wasn't right. It wasn't like normal chemo side effects, even though I had myself convinced that it was. I just kept getting sicker by the day instead of getting a wee bit better by the day, until the point where I felt like I was dying. And that's not being dramatic. And the feeling wasn't dramatic either. You'd think, you know, if you thought you felt like you were dying, you'd be like, oh, and, you know, like aching and everything. It wasn't like that at all. It was just a slow sense of fading away slowly every single day. So I'm glad that I ended up in hospital whenever I did, because if I had stayed at home and tried to ride that out, I could be dead by now. So I know from now on, just listen to my body. I know it more than anybody does. No one, whenever it comes to stuff like that, you know in yourself whenever there's something not quite right. So that's a big tip for anybody that's currently on the same journey, is listen to your body. It will very, very rarely steer you wrong. Don't feel like you're being a hypochondriac, because that's how I felt. I was like, God, am I just being really dramatic here? But I wasn't. There was something wrong. What else? What else has been going on? I've just really, since I got home, been just taking it really, really easy. I haven't been doing very much. I've just been sort of chilling, just trying to keep my mind, like, just give myself a bit of a break to recuperate. I haven't streamed or anything like that because I just haven't been able. Like, I know that it seems pretty straightforward to just turn on a camera and start playing games, but streaming, like any streamer will tell you, it is a very stressful job, you know? Especially whenever you are already not well. Don't get me wrong, like, I love chatting with everybody and stuff, but even the act of constantly talking exhausts me because I get so out of breath so quickly. So it really, really does take it out of me. So I've just been taking a wee break from streaming, because at the end of the day, like, it kills me to like step away from it for a while, because I've put so much of my time and energy into it. And I know that it's going to affect the channel, but at the same time, if I die, then that'll affect the channel too, you know? So I have to like just chill out for a while. And I'm so sorry as well about not being able to get that video up last week. I wasn't well enough. I didn't have enough space on my laptop anyway to have the editing software that I use. And I didn't have like my start and end script. I didn't have a lot of stuff that I needed basically to be able to make it in hospital. So that's why it wasn't there. And then this now will probably be the last update for this week, but it'll go up on Sunday, because then it gives me tomorrow and Saturday to edit and stuff like that, rather than, you know, trying to rush to get it done, so that I can just take my time and put it up. But I definitely have missed you all. I'm sorry that I didn't get around to reading your comments for the last video either, until sort of later on. last week, because I think it was maybe even the start of this week. It could have been, I think it nearly was Monday. I was just so sick. I wasn't doing much apart from whenever I was in hospital, and my day pretty much consisted of, you know, the regimented OBS being taken and medication being given out. It was pretty much just either watching TV or watching a film. One night I tried to play a game on my laptop. The laptop it just isn't powerful enough for it. And it made me feel like crap anyway. Like, it made me feel dizzy and sick and all sorts. So, that's all really. Another thing, I've said one thing I'll say about 17 times, so technically it's like the 18th thing I'll say. But whenever you get your treatment plan, I looked at it, oh man, have my eyes been opened. I looked at it as in, right, I'm starting this date and I'm going to be finished this date. And I was very naive there. I didn't factor in things that can happen in between to push treatments back. Like being in hospital, antibiotics, like all the hiccups you can have along the way. Look at your treatment plan and the time frame loosely, because things can change, and it's common. It's really, really common for them to change. I was quite scared whenever I went into hospital. I'm like, well, that's it, and this is the end for me. Now that is being dramatic, but apparently that's really common as well. You know, so just. Oh God. Hold, please. Sorry about that. I don't even know what it was saying. That was like another junk mail call. I've been getting tons of those lately and it's annoying. But yes. I get chemo next week, all being well. It depends on what my bloods are looking like. They take blood on Monday. I know, like, the thing with my arm as well, I had an appointment for to go and see physio, so that it's a 3-month check to see if lymphedema or anything like that's starting. So I missed that. It was on the 24th, but that happened, I think it was the day after I had chemo the last time, and I was so sick that it completely left my mind that I even had an appointment. I've made them aware of it because I don't even have the phone number to ring them up. But I know that I have to meet with my oncologist before, he said he wanted to see me before the next round. So I don't know what that's about. The drug also changes. I'll put it in the description box what it's changing to, because I can't remember off by hand. And the booklet things that they give you about your treatment, I've filed away on a filing cabinet, so I need to actually hook it out. The drug changes next Wednesday, all being well. I just hope. I know that I've been sick and I'm dreading chemo again, because it feels like every round there's something new happens to me. But at the same time, I just want it to be over. And the more setbacks and pushbacks, the longer it's going to take to be over. So I'm halfway there. The next round, I'll be 2/3 the way there. I've only got 3 more rounds left to go. So fingers crossed it goes ahead as planned, and then I can just move on to radiation for a week. And I don't know how long the break in between chemo and radiation will be. I know that they do give you one, definitely, because your body needs a chance to recoup, I suppose, before it gets hit with something new. But I've asked the different nurses and stuff like that what the side effects of radiation are, and they said that it's just like chemo, only it's slightly less. All the same stuff can happen, but it's just not quite as strong. So I can live with that, you know. But yeah, I think that's it for this week. Again, back to regular scheduled viewing from now on. You know that I won't miss an upload unless I'm not well, or there's a real solid reason for it. I don't like being inconsistent and stuff, but again, as with this cancer journey, as a lot of you know, that consistency is not cancer and consistency do not go hand in hand. But again, thank you for watching. I appreciate it so much. Thank you for all your lovely comments last week. I appreciate them more than you'll know. Like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell, all of the YouTubey stuff, please, if you don't mind, because it really does help the channel out massively. I appreciate it more than anything. But anyway, until next week, I shall see you all later. Bye.